So the point slope formula is y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, m being the derivative of your x1. So the equation is find the tangent line. At 2, 4, with the equation of y equals x squared, or f of x equals x squared. So first, what you want to do is find the derivative of your equation. So the derivative of x is equal to 2x. And so using with their point slope formula, you already know that y minus y1, which is your y4, equals m times x minus x1, which is 2. And then after that, what you want to do is that since you have your derivative, you want to plug in your y value for x. So f prime of 2 equals 2 times 2, and your answer would be 4. And this is your slope, which is also equal to your m. And so now you have the formula of y minus 4 equals your slope, which is 4 times x minus 2. And after you just solve it, so y minus 4 equals 4x minus 8. You add 4 on both sides. Y equals 4x minus 4. That's your tangent line.
So we're going to find the answer of an indefinite integral. And what makes it indefinite is that there's no lower bound or upper bound. So to find the answer to an indefinite integral, first you need to take the antiderivative, which is what dx represents. So the basic equation for our antiderivative is a to the power of n plus 1 divided by n plus 1, n being the exponent of the equation. So for 1, there is no variable next to it, so it would just be 1x. And then 2 would be x to the power of 1 plus 1 divided by 1 plus 1. And then the same thing goes for 4x to the power of 3, be 3 plus 1 over 3 plus 1. Next, you can simplify this whole equation, so it would be 1x plus 2x to the power of 2 divided by 2 minus 4x to the power of 4 divided by 4. And then you can simplify it even further by taking away the 1. So it would just be x plus x squared plus x to the 4th. And because you're doing an antiderivative, we don't know what the constant was before. So you always put plus c to finish the equation. And that's the answer. Okay, next we're going to integrate a problem using u substitution. So you use u substitution to make the problem simpler, and you always want to substitute u for the problem, for the expression being raised to the power. So in this case, let u equal x squared plus 4. And next, after you let u equal x squared plus 4, you want to find the derivative of that. So it would be du over dx is equal to 2x. Then cross multiply. Du is equal to 2x dx. notice you have 2x here and dx here. So just by substituting du for dx, you have this and this all in one. So let me show you. You now have the integral of u to the power of 100 du. Yes, that's right. Okay. So you still need to find the antiderivative of u to the power of 100. So it's the same equation as before. You just want to add plus 1 here over 100 plus 1. And then you have u to the power of 101 over 101. And then at this point you can substitute the u back in. And remember from before, our u was x squared plus 4. So the equation now is x squared plus 4 to the power of 101 over 101. And don't forget your plus c. And that's the answer. Okay, so now we're going to find definite integrals, and what makes it definite is that there's a lower bound and an upper bound. So first, like before, you're going to find the antiderivative of this equation, which is x squared plus 1 over 2 plus 1 plus x to the power of 1 plus 1 over 1 plus 1 minus 2x. And you can just draw a little bar over here so you don't forget what your upper bound and lower bound are. So this simplifies to x to the power of 3 over 3 plus x squared over 2 minus 2x. So then you want to plug in the upper bound first. So it will be 4 to the power of 3 over 3 plus 4 to the power of 2 over 2 minus 2 to the times 4. And this whole equation goes in parentheses. And then next you plug in the lower bound, which would be 3 to the power of 3 over 3 plus 3 to the power of 2 over 2 minus 2 times 3. And then basically from here you can just simplify, and then the final answer should be 10.3 minus 9 over 2 plus c.
So we're going to graph this equation right here. So how you graph this is just plug in whatever x is and then just plot it on the graph. So if x is 0, it's just going to be 0, and the slope is 0, so it's just going to be a line right there. And then for 1, you just plug in 1, and the slope is going to be 1, so there you go. Then you just keep moving up, so basically they're all going to have the same slope for 1, x equals 1. As for negative 1, they're just going to be negative 1. So just like that. And then for 2, the slope is going to be 2, so it's going to be steeper. So it's going to be like that. And for negative 2, it's the same slope, but it's negative. And for 0, just it's a straight line. There's no slope. So you kind of see it's kind of like a parabola, kind of. So right there too. And that's how you graph slope fields. Okay, so the man wants to build a fence for his cows. So there's going to be a river right here. So one side is the river, and then these are going to be the fences. Let's say this is X,
and this is x, because it's rectangular, they have to be the same, yeah. And this is y. And for the area to find the area of a rectangle, it is a equals x times y. Okay, so the total fencing we have is 500, so that's the perimeter. So we kind of know that y is going to be equals to 500 minus 2x, because the total perimeter is 500, and then we have 2 x's right here. So then this is going to be the equation for the area is going to be 500 minus 2x. You just plugging in the y and the x, then times x. And then go ahead and just distribute the x. So after that, you want to derive the area. So it's going to be a 500 minus 4x. So after that, you want to make this equals to 0 to figure out what x is. It's going to be 500 minus 4x equals 0. So plus 4x both sides. You get 500 equals 4x divided by 4 divided by 4. The x equals 125. So for now, since we have the x, we can just plug it in this equation and solve for y. So it's going to be y equals 500 minus 2 times 125, and it's going to be equals to 250. So we're looking for the area, so we have to multiply 250 and 125. So it's going to be equals to 31,250 feet squared, and that's the maximum area.